Hello, good afternoon, my colleagues. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to everyone to joining my session today about social media strategy of SHA Global. I have created two parts of this video. Today I am going to discuss about the first part. What sort of importance of social media, as well as I will discuss today about strategy and the future development. Let's see briefly about how I have laid out today's discussion session. First, introduction to social media with some models, how other companies is using social media. Then importance of social media, what sort of importance for a business to be inside social media platform. So I will talk about that. Then key messages, what sort of messages we will be putting. I will be talking about the content, I will be talking about the images, I will be talking about text messages, what sort of text we will be putting in order to give information to our targeted customer. Then agree target, what sort of target in terms of business, and what sort of strategy will be taken in order to achieve our target. Then how we develop a strategy for social media. Evaluate social media tools, what sort of social media tools we will be using it and how we will be using it. Cross-functional approach, everybody together, how other department, not only digital marketing department, other department can work together in order to make campaign very successful. Then light editorial approach, psychology sharing return on investment and social media metrics I will be talking about in my part 2 section, as well as planning and objective. Now let's talk about how social media actually works. Can you just think about yourself what social media actually does? Just freeze this uh, slide just for a second and think yourself what social media actually does. They are engaging people, they are engaging one i mean one community to other person, to one person to other person. For example, in Facebook, normally you will engaging with your friends, and you can be part of some of the groups or some of the products you likes. It's kind of engaging with, you are engaging with your friends, family, and you are engaging with some of the company's products or some of the company or some of the groups you like. Then you share on Facebook. But on in terms of sharing and engaging, if you look at the LinkedIn, they are not your friend, probably not. They are your work, might be your work colleague, or where you sharing your thought and values. So what social media actually does, they're sharing what sort of sharing they do, your values, your thinking, your thought process, what sort of people you like, what sort of things you do, what is your interest, those sort of things is sharing. And what do? You create, how will you do it? Sharing and engagement by communicating them. How you communicate them? Sharing videos, sharing your status. You have, for example, you have spent a lovely time on your holiday in Portugal, for example, and you need to communicate. How you do that? Communication, you will sharing photos, texts, or some of the videos you really like. All of it create community. Just think about SHA Global, for example. They have their social network, which is they currently they have on Facebook and LinkedIn. So what sort of messages you will be putting to in order to making our potential customer and creating our own community, SHA global community. So in order to do that, we just need to look at what sort of businesses they are, what sort of focus they are, what sort of targeted audience SHA require. Then based on that, you need to create content and put that into social media platform. I'm talking about the social media platform. Do you know what is social media platform means, or social media tools? Social media platform is Facebook is one of the platform, LinkedIn is one of the platform, Twitter is one of the platform. Let's see who is our focus. I mean, as I have discussed in the previous slide. So for whom we are creating those uh, social channel, social platform for Facebook. Who are they? B2B business. Currently, at the moment, they are our main focus. B2B, business to business, with our agent. Currently, all our team just trying and creating, okay, get more agent on board which help us to generate more revenue, and obviously the outcome of that revenue creates more profit. So they are our focus. Customers, sender and receiver, both sender who is sending money and who is receiving money, they are both our focus. Why they are our focus, I will talk about in future slide. Industry expert, we want to promote our SHA Global brand into industries. SHA Global is a big brand. If you ask anyone, do you know Western Union? Even though he or she hasn't sent money at all, but he knows what is the Western Union all about. So our target is not about everyone for the time being. It's about the industry expert. So when you go for any future reference or wanted to merge with another country, then they will know actually what sort of things we are doing at the moment. So industry expert is we really need to target, and as I have mentioned, I have created a page in the Facebook for our company. We need to regularly update the information just to catch that industry expert, as well as probably industry expert. This necessarily has to be only on finance department or on the remittance. It can be who is developing the system. For example, we are going to merge with Remit1, who is providing those money transfer platform. Some of them can be who work in the bank, even in Bangladesh or Nigeria or Ghana. We might require them to be our platform as a pair. So they are our platform. And finally, job candidate. Those people who is looking for job, and those we look for them. So based on that, when any job candidate wants to look at it, probably by looking at the website, he wouldn't get all the information. If he or she look at our social media platform, he will see what sort of things we do and who is our target audience, how we are engaging with them. Then it's not about us. When you're selecting a candidate, we might ask them, have you visited our website, have you visited our social media? Then we might ask, okay, what sort of things we do and what is your thought? So this for our key focus. We have another focus, so we can talk about this later. Let's look at the social media traffic versus web media traffic in the UK. If you look at the graph in 2007, this is blue one is the web traffic, and this gray one is social media traffic. If you look at it, how the social media is growing, look at them in 2010, they are almost, similar, and then social media traffic is increasing, whereas web media is decreasing. This is because in social media you doesn't really have much control over social media, because it's not about all your thought, it about your people, or about your potential focus people, B2B businesses, or some customers, or some job candidate, what they are thought. They they will go to social media, probably not go to the website to find some information. So therefore social media will have huge impact in future. Probably I have seen one of the university, they are not distributing email now. What they are doing, they have Facebook group, they are sending email all the messages through Facebook. If they need anyone personally, they are sending message through Facebook. What amazing solution. So you need to really watch it for your future as a digital marketing manager. You must have to think, and you must need to look at the traffic, how their movement is going to be. Probably in 10 years time we might see a completely different picture. Probably some other platform is coming to beat this social media. Let's look at this video, Google moment of truth, how the people actually do the shopping, and what sort of marketeer should do in terms of shopping. Just let's go to this video for now.
Marketers have been using a three-step mental model of marketing for a long time. Stimulus, like developing a TV ad. Shelf, focusing on point of sale, which has historically been called the first moment of truth. And experience, people take the product home and experience it. They could have a good experience or a bad experience, and they share it. This is the second moment of truth. If marketers spend time on these three steps, they should succeed, right? We investigated this theory. We conducted a comprehensive study with research partner Shopper Sciences using 5,000 shoppers across 12 categories, from groceries to cars and financial products. The goal, show where influence takes place as shoppers move from undecided to decided. We found that the average shopper used 10.4 sources of information, up from 5.3 sources in 2010. We asked shoppers what sources they used to make decisions, when they used it, and how influential is each source. When we lined up their responses, a fourth step appeared in the marketing mental model, the zero moment of truth. This is when consumers do their research, get smart about alternatives, read reviews, look for coupons and comparison shop, all before going to the shelf. When we compare the steps, the zero moment of truth pops up as highly relevant and influential. Consumers have changed the way they have approached decision making. As a marketer, have you kept up, or are you still using the old mental model? There's a new mental model now, and marketers that can now keep all these steps spinning gain a very competitive advantage in today's marketplace. Buying behavior has changed.
So just think about it. This video is talking about how the buying behavior has been changed. This video is talking about the sharing the experience. When you buy something, if you doesn't like something, then what do? You normally send on the Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, or I was traveling from this place to that, flight was terrible, toilet wasn't clean. You know, if you does something wrong as a business, even us as a money transfer like SHA, one customer, if he or she hasn't got the money, what they will do? If you just talk about the nice things about, oh, we are the best in the business, our service is this, our service is that, but what they will actually find out, they will share that. So you need to watch it out for. So let's go to the next slide. How those buying process happen is just additional to that video. First, recognize a need, then search for the information. Actually, what do we do? We when you need something, we just go to online and find out how much is it, what sort of offer is available for this product, what sort of functional activities does it, what other companies good at, and then you evaluate based on your search. Then you decide to buy. If you satisfied or dissatisfied, what you do, you share. This is just common buying process of a consumer. So you always have thought about it when you do any sort of messages or any sort of post. Just think about it, the whole customer journey. This is just quick way. If you talk about something, about a picture, what that picture mean to you, does it has any relevancy with this buying process of a consumer? So you always have to thought about it. If we do anything in the social media, writing any post, any content, or uploading any videos, always thought about it. Something search for information. If they wanted to use SHA Global online platform in order to send money, you have to look at what sort of information competitor make it available in the market. Then you need to evaluate option. When the customer is going to evaluate option, you need to make sure what you are good at compare with your customer in order to make that decision to send money through our platform. So as a digital marketing manager, you have to think and think before you do anything, any post, any video, any images. Let's look at, okay, here it is. Think SHA Global as a money transfer. So you have to think all the time. And how important it is for social media and to engage our customer. The social media, this research was done by e-consultant in 2012. You know, they were talking about this is the third important things for your organization to engaging social media. So you need to watch out for. Then how will you do it? First, agree. I mean, this is the 8 simple step I will give you in the future slide, more analytics way. Agree what you are going to do and why. Before you do anything, what sort of things, what sort of strategy or what actually you wanted to do and why you wanted to do. Plan for steps I will talk about in future slide. Communicate the plan with to the team. It's not about yourself, not about your thought. It's about the whole organization. So you need to, before finalize your plan, you need to talk your colleague, work colleague, your assist subordinate who works in the customer support. They are the real people who are getting real feedback. Need to talk with them on a regular basis. Need to talk with the customer. So you need to talk with your team as well as customer. Then delegate the activities, divide your activities, manage and motivate. You need to manage and then check, measure and monitor progress in each state. I would prefer you to use the Gantt chart For the project, you need to check, measure and monitor the progress. I will talk about more detail in future slide. And once you've done your campaign, then you need to write a report. As a SHA Global, as a company, I prefer to use the 8 simple steps in order to do that. This is the roadmap. How you will do it? I would ask you just to freeze this slide just for a few minutes, read it through, then I will discuss. Okay, thank you. Now, on the top one, what you have seen, the objective, the core objective and strategic objective. Core objective, all the companies, what they want, what they do, they wanted to get money out of it. They wanted to increase the revenue and decrease the cost. How do they decrease the cost? Using this rather than using billboard advertise, big TV campaign. They wanted to do this. Increase stakeholder satisfaction. I mean, stakeholder wants to get more money, wants it to look at their investment return. So you need to look at all the things. When you make your objective, start a customer relationship. How will you do it? This is the core objective for any organization. Crisis management, thought the leadership and brand credibility, event support, lead and sales. You just need to go through it. I will just quickly go through everything. If you are not too sure, please do ask me. You have my phone, you have my emails. If you are not too sure, I will help you in future. Then, in order to achieve this objective, what sort of content you require? Short-term text, long-term text messages, images, streaming videos, streaming audios. I mean, upload videos or audios, and then channel proposition. What sort of channel you will be using? So I have a full slide for this. How you select your social media channel. At the moment, as you know, we are using LinkedIn and Twitter. In future, we will be using this YouTube and Twitter as well as blog post. Then, using this current position, channel position, what sort of channel you will, then you need to look at your conversion rate. By using Facebook, if you have objective, you wanted to increase Facebook traffic of certain percentage, I mean 10% or 15% of total traffic will come from Facebook. It depends on your content. So when you do any post or any images, you need to create a hyperlink on the image. When the customer or our followers look at that post and when they will click it, then that has to be landed to the website in the particular page, what sort of page they will be looking for, and finally whether they are making, I mean finally they are making any sort of sending money, or they have submit the contact us form, and so on and so forth. You need to look at the conversion all the time. Then conversion point, as well as physical location. Just promoting your advert, is the revenue has increased, customer is sending more money. This is and how you measure it, based on your research, based on your campaign, as well as you can do some sort of survey in order to do that. As well as contact center, have you increased more, is the more telephone calls you are receiving in order to become agent, or some customer directly contact with you. This is the beauty of social media. So have watch out for. So the summary of this, you need to have your core objectives, as well as which I can provide strategic objective as a digital marketing manager. You need to create what sort of content you will be using it, and how you channel that content by using Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And then after doing all those activities, what actually the company is getting, you need to look at it. It's not about revenue. If you increase the brand awareness, that's absolutely fine. If you increase the traffic, that's absolutely fine. But when you increase traffic, when the more and more people is coming into the website, but they are not filling up the contact us form, or they are not sending money through online, they are not inquiring about anything, then we need to find out. I will create the whole video of a website, how our website should be, and what sort of activities we should run through website. So hopefully in future video, in a month time, I will create one more video for website. Let's look at how you actually do that. Normally, as in myself, I really use these two models. One is the objective, how your objective should be, and the SHA stack model, we call it as a digital marketer. And this is the core things everyone should do. I request you to freeze this website, slide, and then just read through once. Start from situation analysis. Start from here. Yes, just look at this. This model only for the time being. Thank you. So, in terms of situation analysis, you need to find out where are you now. What you are doing it. What is your KPI? KPI is a key performance indicator. What sort of things you are good at? At the moment, what is SHA good at? They are providing the highest rate in the market. They have the highest uh, customer base in Europe for Bangladesh corridor. They have the lowest sending charge. They are giving highest commission to the agent. So you need to look at it, and you should find out what SHA is not good at. Just do your SWOT analysis. Then you will find out all those things. Then where you want it to be based on your analysis. Then select your objectives, and you can where you want it to be. There's a five S objectives: sell, serve, sizzle, speak, and save. Again, you sell, then serve, sizzle, make it wow factor to your customer. Your objective has to be that speak engaging customer, like what they thought about your product, and save, quantify efficiency gain. Save means you are using less customer in order to get that customer on board. You saving your promotional campaign, not spending too much money using social media, and you saving money for the organization. Also, I always use this SMART objective. First, what is when you work with me, I will ask you from now on, after watching this video, everything you do for the organization, our organization objective is based on SMART. What is SMART? Is specific, has to be specific. If you do something, okay, I wanted to do campaign on Facebook. What you wanted to do on it? Okay, you want it to be very, very specific. I wanted to do a video campaign on Facebook, what sort of video you will be putting in, what sort of key messages you will be putting on that video. So need to write down every specific before you actually do it, before you making your objectives. Then measurable. What you do, actually, can you measure it? Measure means, can you actually measure how many likes and share you will be getting it? Are you creating any customer? How many more customer you will be generating? How much more traffic you will be generating for the website as well as for our social media? How many contact us? I mean, how many inquiry you will be measuring? Or if it is something they might call you, how many calls you will be receiving. So that has to be measured before you create that object. Attainable. I sometimes, it is attainable or is it achievable? What you do, can it, if you measure it, then you need to thought, oh, can it be achievable? You say, okay, yeah, fine. Then tick box done. Then go to next one. Relevant. If you say, oh yeah, I can do that, then relevant. Is it relevant to the organization? Does it really fit with us? We are finance industry. If you talk about the education or something, does it really fit your content? Something you might like it. It's not all about you. It's all about your potential customer. Then time based. What you have to do, you need to look at the timing. Okay, in a specific time, how will you do it? Your objective has to be within certain time frame. Once your objective done, then you formulate the strategy. How your strategy is going to be, how you get there. Once you have done this objective using smart format, segment, target market, objective, position of yourself, just go through with it. Every step, stop and say, think. Then tactics. What sort of tactics you will be using it? Is it 8 P's? P's, product price place promotions. 8 P's. You just Google it and find out all those. Content plan. What sort of content plan you will be doing it? Is it content? What sort of messages? Is it video, audio, text messages? How you do it? Then action. The details tactics. I mean, how actually you wanted to do it. I wanted to see, in the tactics, I want to see the whole plan and then go to action. And then control. Controls means, some of them talking about the negative things, or some of them talking about, you will see the competitor. They always watching you. What you do, they will be watching you. As well as your consumers. Sometimes some people very negative, not all are same. They are not really saying the truth things. You need to really watch and control what sort of messages. When you do a smart objective, when you talk about the relevant, if you think something is talking about the religious, we shouldn't put anything, what's contradict on religion, what's contradict the race. Is it African? Is it Asian? Is it Eastern European? Okay, it has to be, the common for something. Otherwise, you cannot control over it. If you talk about the Pakistan, for example, If you think all your potential customer are Bangladeshis, then you cannot write something about Pakistan is good at this, or Pakistan national anthem or Bangladesh national anthem. If we have a specific page on Facebook, for example, Facebook Bangladesh, SHA Global, Facebook for Bangladesh audience, for African audience, for Indian audience, in future we have to do it in order to specify is customer, is community's need. So you really need to watch out for. Then user experience review, conversion optimization, frequency of reporting, how often you are doing that reporting. Then you will actually see how your campaign is progressing. Process, reporting, and action. Again, once you have done that, just go through this process again and again. This will help you. Let's go to the next slide. Traditional business objective. We are talking about all those strategic objective. What is the traditional objective in the market? What do you think about the objective? Increase revenue, decrease cost, improve customer satisfaction. If you ask any of the company CEO or finance department, they will just talk about these three things. But as a digital marketeer, in order to get this, as I have talked about, smart objective, SOSTAC model, also social media objective. This is in your mind when you talk about, let's go to the previous slide, when you are with your senior executives, they wanted to hear about this. Okay, this slide, this is your slide, this is your objective, how you wanted to get this, right? So only these three objectives for organization wanted to have this: increase revenue, decrease cost, improve customer satisfaction. Now, in order to achieve it, what is social media objectives? Is it the capacity, tactical, result driven? Capacity means, do you have actual skills in your team or with yourself? Don't think about only money. In order to achieve this, you have to think this. Just a brief, just a small summary. Capacity: do you have enough skills? Do you have enough manpower? Do you have enough platform? Then tactical: what sort of tactics you will be using? Do you have right content to do that? Do you really think? Are you a thinking person, or you know what sort of person you are as a digital marketeer? Is again and again, I'm telling you, it's not all about you, it's not all about what you think, it's all about your followers, all about your customer, all about your agent, all about the company, industry expert. It's all about potential job candidate. Okay, so this is the simple core things. Always keep it in your mind. Now, to do that, capacity. Probably within your capacity, you need to create something. Create one video per month. Create two posters per month. You need to be tactical. I mean, you need to believe yourself what sort of capacity you have. Then tactical. In the tactical scenario, you need to see, how you wanted to do that. You have to have in your mind, okay, I wanted to increase my LinkedIn followers by 20% from the previous month. How you wanted to do it? This will help you. Result: if you see, increase my web traffic 20% from the previous month, or increase web traffic from social media. SM means social media. From 2015 to 2016, I wanted to increase 30% of my web traffic coming from social media. So you need to think again and again. I am telling you, as a digital marketer, you need to think. This is the next slide. First, we just talk about messages. About social media. Then we have talked about how you do things. Then about your messages, about the texts, about the videos, about the photo you wanted to share. So let's see. You need to ask yourself as a digital marketer who we are, what sort of business are we, what is our product. Again and again, before putting any single messages, what will be key to our success? If you do that, does it make our success, or does it create value add our brand? You need to think. In order to do that, you need to find messages. How you get that? Marketing teams, sales team, your colleague, and them are too important. CEO and managing directors. You need to talk to them. Talk to them, talk to them, talk to them. Because they are the key person for our organization, especially for the SHA, them to making decision. So for yourself, in order to, as a digital marketeers, you to talk to them what they want it to be in future, for their future trend, what they are bringing into the business, what sort of things they will be moving. You need to have the communication with them. You need to also have the colleagues, sales team. They will give you the real feedback about what other people, other businesses think about your product, as well as your colleagues, as well as the customer support team will help you actual feedback, what actual experience from a customer point of view. But you won't get 100% from the customer support team. You will see, for a customer support team, they will just talk about the negative. Why they will talk about the negative? Because they are the guys who is resolving all the problem. When the customer is satisfied, they won't really tell you. When they are getting trouble, then they will call you. So always bear in mind, when you write key messages, key texts, key videos, key audio messages, need to think, need to think, need to think. Now, let's talk about your followers, your visitors, what they are doing. Jacob Nelson is one of the great strategists. I really liked him. I have used so much of his examples. What he talk about it, users spend most of their times on other website. That's true. Your customer, even before they send money from you, they will go to other companies before actually do that. It's about your buying process of a consumer behavior. So you don't really have a control over them. It's about them. I will tell you a great example. In United Kingdom, they are, you will see only few banks government is controlling. You will see many banks like in Bangladesh or India, like 50, 60 different banks. They won't give license that way compared with Bangladesh or Pakistan or India. Why? Government is controlling. But in social media, do you think your followers, can you control them? No. If you try to control them, they won't use it. They're independent. So, before you do that, you just need to think you doesn't have any control over them. It's about them. You need to think the way they think. Then they will become your follower. They will be doing more engaging with you. Interaction with your brand, you don't have control. So again, you doesn't have control over them. So now what we have looked at, consumer behavior, how they are doing it in the previous strategy development, then buying process. Now we will be talking about your message again. How you representing a message before you do anything. You need to look at the layout of the message, structure of the message. Some message you can create hyperlink on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. Again, this I have talked about. Not that you think it's all about your audience. Relevancy. Then again, group, age group, gender, race, continent, which continent you are doing it. I'm going to show you a great video of Facebook, how they are actually doing it. I mean, in Facebook, how you do the posting. Just have a look at this video.
Posting to your page lets people know what's going on with your business. Posts are on the right side of your page, and your most recent one appears at the top. When you create a post, people will see it when they visit your page, or may see it in their newsfeed. To start, just type your message. Below the area you type, there are some icons. The clock icon lets you schedule a post for later, which helps you plan posts for events or holidays. Just click to choose a date and a specific time you want your post to appear. The targeting icon lets you narrow the audience that may see your post in newsfeed. Choose by gender, age, or even location and language. With the location icon, you can add your location to a post, which is helpful if you're posting from an event or a place away from your business. With the camera icon, you can add a photo or video to your post. And finally, with the public button, you can limit who sees your post by location or language. For example, you can select a specific city and a language, and only the people in the area, or with Facebook set to that language, will see your post on your page, in newsfeed, or in search. When you're done, just click post. And when people comment on your post, you can reply to them immediately. Just click reply to write back to them. For more information on posting, visit our help center at facebook.com/help.
Okay, so what's this video talk about? This video talk about you can make it specific for the post. You can do that in 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year in advance. For example, you wanted to do for the Christmas. What you wanted to do, you create that post and you can publish it, and you can publish when you wanted to publish, as well as you can select the content you wanted to some of the content just for Bangladeshis. You can do that. by selecting only Bangladesh. You wanted to do it only in Pakistan. You can do that way as well in order to customize for different groups. Then once you have done it, you need to write in a paper, rank your current effort, how you have done it, your Twitter, your Facebook, how many you have done. You have got 400 followers or 1000 followers, how many shares you have received, how many posts you have done, and how is the engagement rate, how many hours you have done this week, and you need to score that from 1 to 10 about your effort for every campaign, every post. Please start doing it. Okay, so this will help to identify your current situation. Also, you need to look at after and before social media engagement and after social media engagement, what sort of difference you have created for the company. So I'm showing you various tools in order to check your campaign on social media. So you need to think and look at social media baseline analysis and how you develop your strategy. As we talked about the strategy, you need to do this, do that. Do you have one? And how do you develop one? How the strategy you should develop slowly. You need to ask question yourself and write it down. This is a great example. B2B businesses, I mean business to businesses, do they really have, do they really need to be on Facebook or Twitter because they are selling into business? If you look at one of the great example of this company, Accord Community, what they are doing, they are selling software to the business but giving free to the consumer. Great example of Adobe software. Just think yourself, how many of you using Adobe, paid software just for the personal uses? What Adobe is doing, they will give you for free to use personal. When you select the business, you have to pay for it. Who is making decision to pay in the business? For business user, it's not free. So all the businesses, how they are doing it, they are creating a community. So think about SHA now. SHA's main focus is agent, business to business, which is agent who sending money of your targeted customers. How you want get them on board? You need to make them in our platform. You need to be talking to them. You need to tell them about your social media. You have this because they have the huge followers. They have their friends. If he likes it, that means it's most likely their followers will like it. That his potential customer will say it. So think about this. Now, develop a strategy. We talked about all those different things. Now, when you develop a strategy, how you do that? We talked about SOSTAC model. We talked about smart objectives. Also, this will give you extra thinking about these 4 steps. Why we exist? What is our mission for SHA Global? I am talking about more specific. We are fast, safe, and secure. This is our slogan. From you need to, when you do that, you need to back thinking in your mind as well. Is it really matters with our slogan? Is it compares values, what we stand for, what do we do, how we adding value? This all about the customer experience. You need to think strategy. As I said, it has to be smart. Once you develop your strategy, then tactics and measurement, metrics, Google Analytics, Facebook Analytics will help you about your campaign, how many customer or how many visitors is visiting your site, how many minutes they are spending, how many of them actually engaging your comments, how many of them after visiting to sign up your newsletter, sign up uh, with I mean send their document, how many of them actually send money online. Okay, you can measure it from the matrix. I will give you more details when I talked about the matrix, as well as you will see more details on my website marketing video. Then once you develop your strategy, what is your strategy should be? Unique, value, competitive, position. Also force a trade-off what to do, not to do. You cannot force, you should not force, and you will not force anyone. Create among your organization activities. Is it fit what you're doing? Does it fit within your organization? Now, this one is a classic example. You're doing so many nice things on online. You're doing discussion forum, you're doing Facebook, nice photos, you talked about customer service, you talked about, we are the best in customer service, we are the best in the business, we are all the best. But reality, when they call on your customer service, if they are not happy with it, your message is going to be fail. You need to think, what you saying online has to match with your each activities. Is your emails, is your complaint handling is friendly enough? Is your sales team is friendly enough? Is your customer support is friendly enough? So you really need to think all the aspect. So I would like you to just freeze this slide just for a second and go through each of them. Some of them we are not doing it mobile. In future, I believe we will do all of it. So what you are promising, does it actually you are delivering it? From customer journey perspective, first of all, let's talk about the customer journey. When you talk about nice thing on Facebook, oh, we are great in the business, we are giving the best customer service, we are giving the best uh, rates, exchange rate, we are giving the lowest sending charge, customer has seen it, your followers, and going to the agent shop. It's there's a SHA global logo. Okay, going to the agent shop, and then agent done the transaction. Agent wasn't friendly enough. You know it, how our community people, how was our agent, they are not really educated person. So you need to sometime talk to them, sometimes educate them. Then customer send the money through online and sending the sending money online and giving all this ID everything, and agent support team hasn't checked it. This ID probably requires so many extra document, this and that. And finally, once that process done, beneficiary, when this goes to beneficiary and beneficiary is not receiving money, then all your works is not going to be worth it. Just go through from the center, total customer satisfaction, go through this, and then what you do, direct mail, nice things on Twitter, nice things on Facebook. You won't receive things unless until you do it on a right order. So in a customer journey perspective, you need to think is a step, how many steps for a customer have, is it all those steps, are we do, all our promotion what we are saying, is it actually fit? So please do research on each steps. I believe I have done a video on the OMNX training. I have talked about the customer support, how important it is for each steps. So please go through with that video. All experience has to equal. So your job, make sure all experience is not, if it is not equal, talk to the senior management team. Okay, customers agent support team is not doing this one on the right way. Agent is doing these things wrong. Okay, so you need to talk to the senior management team and take action. So when you analyze whole customer journey and whole of your campaign, you find out a sweet spot. Sweet spot means what you are good at. Compare with your company's capabilities, customer needs, and competitor analysis. You need to find out that sweet spot. So I believe as a marketer, it's the most important things. It's not all about KPI. It's about sweet spot. Comparing these three. So please do research on it. Do think and try to find out this sweet spot. Again, your strategy questions, how you do your strategy question, objective, smart, scope about your customer. I have talked about our advantage, value proposition, and unique approach. And now I'm giving you this one example. This is my site. This is my blog site. You can visit Global Remittance Market News. How I am doing it? You see, this is my post. And on the right hand side, this is my social media. I'm independent here. This blog post doesn't relate with SHA Global. I can write anything about, in this blog post, as a marketer, you need to start writing something as well in order to promote SHA. What I am doing in the back end, I am just promoting SHA Global. Here, I am getting traffic from all different companies like Seagate, company like Western Union, company like MoneyGram. They are visiting my blog post. They are sending me emails. They are sending me mails, direct mails. And I am just putting the social media here. So please, someone, so in our website, we need to have this icon, Facebook, Twitter icons, in order to see it, their followers, how many of them are into this page. How many of their friends actually like our Facebook page. When the visitor come to our website, When you have the social media icon in a site, especially Facebook and Twitter is very important, they will see these things. How many of their friends has actually liked this page. So please watch out this one. Also in future we will do in our website our social media icon. Now social media strategy, as I have discussed, all your tactics, how you do that in a paper, your strategy and tactics 1, tactics 2, tactics 3, and which platform you are using it, and your implement, when you implementing, how you implement it, you just need to write it down. This, all those graphs, all those figures will give you brief idea how you should do in order to make social media strategy. This is a training video. I will give you the strategy and our corporate policy of the social media. Then you will exactly know how you should do and what you should do. Again, social media tools. What sort of social media tools is available in the market? Social media submission site. If you want to submit something, these are the site. Group, forum and discussion, Yahoo groups, Google groups, media sharing, Facebook, YouTube, some of the video. Vimeo is one of the site I really like. Review and rating site, blog site, social network site. At the moment we are just only social network. Why I am showing this? This will give you the tools. How many different social media available in the market? So please have a look at it, have a think. And also I will send you this presentation to you along with your videos. So if you need anything, phrase it, have a look. If you have any question, ask me. Then when you have all those bunch of social media platform, which media you will be using it? You need to ask your customer, ask yourself using this tree model. This is where my targeted audience lives. If you talk about Facebook, okay, fine. I will have my followers, potential followers, because your potential followers is B2B businesses. Your agent, money transfer agent, your customer, all of them, do they live in, if you think, do they use Flickrs? Do they use Dig? If not, then we are not going to use this. If something, I would like you to just freeze this slide for a second and continue. Okay. Now, does these tools offer value that others tool doesn't? Is tool, what sort of, why these tools are good at? You need to consider it. If yes, then following consideration you need to do. Will this platform significantly help me to reach my organization project and organization goals? If yes, okay. If not, leave it. Then the final one, does it really, I mean, achieving your smart objectives? If it does, then use it. So these are the three model. I use it so much for my personal use as well as for the SHA. In future, you need to think how you use social media platform. Then I am talking about one the great example of one side, Liverpool. He's a great guy. The picture of the guy, his name is Marcus. In United States, he has a nice website of Liverpool. He is doing hospitality business and he is in the trade for 20 years. In 2008 and 9, when the recession in the world was started, his business significantly dropped. He was not getting enough customer, but he learned a lesson on that time. What Marcus did, he start answering the questions of a customer. In 2008 2009, not many people was in Facebook or Twitter the way, I mean, currently more people is using Facebook compared with the previous year. What Marcus start doing it, he start doing how to making a pools in your garden, how you create pools. He start giving free advice. Also, from his side, those who wanted to visit or who wants to create pools, he's talking about the tools. He talking about the pools guide. He was sending free videos if somebody required. Also, if somebody needs to create or making pools, so he was starting getting traffic not only for his hospitality business, hotel business, he was getting traffic from other business. Also, those people who wants to make pool, when he's, I mean, they saw his pools, they wanted to have their real-time experience with the nice pools how he have made of. So he starts generating business, and with that ideas he become multi-millionaire. As of today, till last year Forbes report, he was in top 400 risk list. So why I'm using this example for SHA Global? You will see some of the bad times. You will see the exchange rate. You see this year is bit down near. You won't see the exchange rate the higher up. You will see the euros because UK wanted to live till then. Pound is going to be as strong, not like euros. So you will see so many downwards. You just need to find something in order to talking to your followers, in order to talking to your potential customers. What sort of, how the money transfer doing it, how money transfer going to be, how SHA is helping others to set up money transfer. So you need to think again to become SHA as a company, to become successful. So this one was the great example. So as a digital marketeers, you must need to think about this. There's a one site, that's freestuff.com in the UK. You will get free for the first time. If you wanted to buy something, just go and visit and see how they are doing it. One of the Indian guy, he is creating this website freestuff.com. His name is Deepak Taylor. So please visit and have a look at it. How the ideas can generate money. Now I just using this one. Just think about it. A small world. What sort of post they have done it in their blog post? Create independence of Bangladesh with a small world. Celebrate independence of Bangladesh with a small world. What does this message actually tells you? They are celebrating Bangladesh independence. Do you think all the Bangladeshis will be happy? But whoever has done this, does he actually thought about it? They have Pakistanis as well. I want you to, do not post any contradiction. One of the big companies, But in the world, they're celebrating. Bangladeshis, they are trying to enrich, or they are trying to win Bangladeshi's heart. But opposite, for the Pakistanis, they don't like it at all. So as a digital marketeers, you do not make those mistakes. You need to create something which doesn't, creates any contradiction with other businesses, others communities. So you just need to watch out for. You need to think. So the next step, how will you do it? As we have talked about your colleague, I believe you have watched the Formula One. How they are doing it? They're creating those Formula One vehicles. You see, everybody working together and make that campaign successful. For a digital marketeers, it's not all about you. As I told you, it's all about your colleagues, all about all the department, what they think, what is your customer think. It's all about teamwork. Before you do that, for our organization especially, you need to think what is top management is thought about it. As I have talked about previous video, previous slide, what is the CEO is thought about you. They are think, oh, you are not credible. You just making the nice things, not making revenue. They won't, for organization, CEOs or top management, they don't only like your creativity. Oh, you have done so much things, you have done so many followers. When those followers is not converting as a business, is nothing for them, nothing to them, you will be ending up losing jobs. So think about what senior management was the core objectives. Go back to the previous slide, and when you develop a strategy, just quickly go back to this side and think this slide. Okay, your core objectives, all about your CEOs one or your top management wants this. What you do, all those strategic objectives, this you will do. You have to be creative in order to get this, right? So always think about your core objectives. First, let's go back. Okay, then there's a research on it. 73% of the CEOs you know doesn't believe in what the marketing people thought. Okay, so for digital marketer, you must need to think about what is your top management requirement, was the top management one. You need to bear in mind. Then when you do that, I will just quickly show you one video, and we will go through with it.
thousands of years ago, okay, not that long ago, being a B2B marketer was simple. The more you pushed out there, the better your pipeline. But then something changed. The way businesses buy got complicated. And now 9 out of 10 buyers say when they're ready to buy, they'll find you, calling for a whole new way of doing things. The fact is, B2B buyers are doing more research than ever before. For many, it starts with a web search. But that's not all. Over half of buyers are engaging with their peers before making a decision. Some follow industry conversations on areas of interest. And there are those who really do their homework, reading research papers and postings from thought leaders. It all means that your content really should be king. You want proof? Well, if your average order value is more than $10,000, 70% of buyers say they review 4 or more pieces of content before they buy. And the most consumed type of content, that would be the humble white paper. But take note, 60% of buyers have less time for reading, so keep it short. And remember, seeing is believing. Today, 75% of senior executives watch videos on business sites every week. What's even more surprising is 65% of them go on to visit the vendor's website after watching. The way buyers consume content is also changing. Searches using a mobile phone saw a 247% rise year on year. But businesses need to play catch up, as less than 10% of the web is actually mobile friendly. Great content goes a long way too. Buyers are happy to share it with their colleagues using email, LinkedIn, Twitter, and even Facebook. But beware, not all content makes great content. 75% of buyers want us to curb the sales messages, so make it useful. Help them build a business case. The big question is, have you got the pulling power? Especially when on an average cost per lead basis alone, inbound marketing is proving more and more compelling. So, is this the end of the road for outbound campaigning? Not quite. Just ask the 74% of B2B marketers who still find direct mail effective. Or the 71% who rate email marketing as critical or very effective. Or even the 72% who believe events still pack a punch. One thing's for sure, it's all in the data and what you do with it. Especially when they say companies with the best quality data drive 70% more revenue. But it's not going to be easy, as the average marketing database contains 25 to 30% useless records, coupled with the fact that 88% of people report having lied on registration forms. So, in, out, in, out. Isn't it time to just shake it all about?
So, with this video, what you actually see is this video. Just think about what you actually learn from this video. Is talked about the 1 second. With the YouTube, if you just leave it open, the following and next video is automatically starts. Okay, so with this video, what you actually learn is all about people doesn't really like text much compared with before. So as a digital marketer, you should not write on the Facebook or Twitter lots of content, that's text, rather than using images, videos. They will learn quickly, even they don't have time. Even personally myself, or I have done some research about the media for a consumer to be used in future. majority of them, and the generation is growing up right now, they are going to YouTube to find out the information. Even myself, I just type on the YouTube and find is there any relevant video available for this topic. If I find it, I will go for it. I don't really go through books much or text much. So look at your target audience, your followers, your focus group, how they are doing it, and what sort of media they use in it. Is it mobile device or laptop or notebook? As well as what sort of media, direct mails, are they very effective? Emails, you just need to think again for B2B activities. Then that video is talked about the content media. What sort of content? How you? I mean, what will be your aim when you posting anything? You want to educate. You want to, educate your followers, teach them, entertain them. They are entertained, and you are passing message. So please have in mind when you writing any sort of content, educate, entertain, and inform. That's the way you have to pass the message. In order to do that, some of the things people like, unlike it. David Lloyd is the guy I really follow his presentation. What he talked about, 46% of the information available are not interesting. He done a research on Facebook. Information was published too often. Some of the companies every 10 minutes, 15 minutes doing it. You shouldn't do that way. Brand published information is not appreciated. You always talk about your views, your company's mission, your company's vision. So your information when you publish on the social media platform, you know you don't get appreciation due to they are not entertained enough for them. Also, if you don't publish often enough, if you just publish once a week, they won't entertain you. You have to be timely phrase. You have to publish in a certain time for every week, for the videos, for the text, for the status. You just need to make a routine. So you just need to bear in mind why the people unlike you. Again, all of the things you do, the nice things, that's come under return on investment. What you invest your time, value with the time and your effort, and then the expected return. What sort of return you? It doesn't necessarily have to be money. If you just getting the brand awareness or you have increased the followers, that's absolutely fine for me. For us. Then, once you have all those messages, all those knowledge, agree to light editorial approach. You need to agree with your colleagues. Everybody get together, get their views. Sometime ask them, do a campaign, what you have thought about it. Get feedback from your senior management. Ask the department manager to give you some time before you actually doing this campaign. Okay, what you have thought about this text, these images. Get the feedback when you writing the description of the image. Then that's the most important things. You need to watch this video. Is all about your attention. It's not all about your company. You need to look at how other companies doing it. This is the useful game. You just look at how many, with this video, you just have to look at how many white shirt team has passed the ball. You just need to count it. Okay, count how many times players wearing white pass the basketball.
It's the basketball. How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla? This video is from research by Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris and is copyrighted.
And I'm going to show you one more video, and then we will discuss about those two videos.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
But how did you know?
Madam, as any horticulturist will tell you, one does not plant petunias until May is out. Take her away.
Sorry, madam.
It's just a matter of observation. The real question is, how observant were you?
And action.
Clearly, somebody in this room murdered Lord Smythe, who, at precisely 3:34 this afternoon, was brutally bludgeoned to death with a blunt instrument. I want each of you to tell me your whereabouts at precisely the time that this dastardly deed took place.
I was polishing the brass in the master bedroom.
I was buttering his lordship's scones below stairs, sir.
Why, I was planting my petunias in the potting shed.
Constable, arrest Lady Smythe.
Okay, what this two video is showing you actually, this two video is actually talk about how observant are you from your competitor. You just doing it your way, your way, your way. You don't really follow the trend, what is happening in the industry, how is your competitor is doing it, what sort of little different things they are doing it. You will see, oh, it's the same campaign. You need to think their messages, not only your messages, what actually they are trying to do, how the industry is going forward. You need to think, you need to observe what is happening around you, what is happening in Western Union, what is happening in MoneyGram, what is happening in your company. Are you just going to do on Facebook and Twitter only? If something, if your target audience is visiting Instagram very often, then what will you do? You need to be on Instagram platform. If you think you wanted to target Chinese customer, when you start, sending money in China, do you think you will be using Facebook, LinkedIn? Facebook is not in China. How you get the Chinese customer then? Do you think Chinese do they really use Facebook? So you need to observe not all about Facebook, Twitters. It's about your competitor, about how you see things. Okay, let's look at after all this video, all your strategy formulation, how you do things, how you watching your competitors. Then discuss with your team and how way you do things. What is being discussed, what is being shared, what is the questioner asked, what's being searched for. This you need to brainstorm yourself and asking those questions in order to find the answer. The following one is some of the great videos I have found out how if you wanted to share some videos or something, you have to get traffic into your site, or when you do our own videos for campaign, please have a look of those 4 videos. Sorry, if you read the Thai advertising, just have a look, watch it carefully. If you want to do it, check it again. You can check it. It's available on the YouTube. You can have a look at. Let's play.
แม่ป่วยอ่ะอย่าทำอย่างนี้อีกนะโอ้ยเกาเหลา จ๋อนั่งเลยครับนั่งเลยป้าจัดไปสั่งมาเร็วต่ออะไร
Okay, just tell me, how emotional is that video? Do you like it? So if you put the video about the money transfer like this, do you not think people will share? People will make comment? What this video is all about is the emotional things. Is capture people's imagination. So for a digital marketeers, for a digital marketing manager, you must need to capture people imagination in social media. So let's do another video how you can use it.
ये मैं, ये यूसुफ लंगोटिया यार सी मेरा। लाहौर में हमारे घर के सामने एक बड़ा बाग था। उस बाग का गेट बाबा आदम के जमाने। रोज शाम को हमने वहाँ पतंगे उड़ानी और उसके बाद जाके यूसुफ की दुकान से झझरिया चुरा के खानी।
झझरिया?
मेरा साहब नमस्ते।
नमस्ते, मेरी पोती मुंबई वाली।
और बेटे क्या हाल है? बचपन की तंग गली फिर से कूद फांदे, छोटी छोटी मीठी चोरी गांठ लेके बांधे।
हेलो, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
फजल स्वीट्स?
हाँ जी। दादाजान, दिल्ली से किसी की कॉल है।
हेलो,
यूसुफ अंकल?
कौन?
जी मैं सुमन बोल रही हूँ दिल्ली से, आपके बचपन के दोस्त बलदेव जी की पोती। याद है बचपन में आप दोनों झझरिया चुरा के खाते थे?
बचपन की तंग गली फिर से कूद फांदे, छोटी छोटी मीठी चोरी गांठ लेके बांधे। एक पतंग सा उड़ता था परिंदों की तरह, परिंदों की तरह, परिंदों की तरह। एक दौर था मन मन मोर था, एक दौर था मन मन मोर था।
पार्टीशन के वक्त हम रातों रात हिंदुस्तान आ गए। यूसुफ थी, भैया जाती।
कागजों की कश्तियों में डूबा रहता था, झांकती खिड़कियों में उलझा रहता था। वो भी क्या दौर था, मन पे ना जोर था। एक दौर था मन मन मोर था, एक दौर था मन मन मोर था।
भैया थोड़ा जल्दी।
हाँ जी, कौन? हैप्पी बर्थडे यारा।
Okay, what do you think about this video? This video is all about Google, how Google is using emotions. Also, Google is telling the story how you can get the service from Google and what sort of option available. So for digital marketers, you need using that emotions, and also the most importantly, to rival country India and Pakistan's. Look at this, how they are connecting together. So as a digital marketer, as you say, oh, India and Pakistan, I cannot do that. Just look at this great example set up by Google, how they breaking all those bridges, taking the emotions and create such a great advert. So you need to think. And let's look at another advert. When you write in the content, you always need to bear in mind is the one of the advert for Ramadan campaign.
भैया हाय
স্বপ্ন দেখা থামিও না ভাই, এবার ঈদে টাকা পাঠাবি না?
মোটরসাইকেল চালানো শিখছিস নাকি এখনো ভুম ভুম করিস?
ওয়েস্টার্ন ইউনিয়নের মাধ্যমে বাংলাদেশে টাকা পাঠিয়ে প্রতিদিন জিতে নিন একটি মোটরসাইকেল। ভাই, ওয়েস্টার্ন ইউনিয়ন, মুভিং মানি ফর বেটার।
So it's very short, simple advertisement. Message is clear. It's about the Ramzan campaign, about their offers for that motorcycles. If you send money, you can get a motorcycle from the lottery. So you need to be specific if you're doing the emotional or any advert you do. Okay, so as a digital marketer, you must need to look at, and that's the last video for the content. Let's look at this one.
เชื่อในความดี
Right. What you can say? Is it about the life insurance video? The security? Does it any of the things this life insurance, related to it? You just need to think. Just look at the content. This video is all about, how the happiness comes from. You won't be famous, but still you are doing it. So, as a digital marketeers, what you need to think is not about product. You can just use your product at the end. Do you think those 4 videos I just have showed you? You need to create. You need to think that way, the way they thought. Look at the video followers, viewers. Is this life insurance company? How they are promoting? How many? 7 million. Look at this. Probably I just select from some other website. If you just look at the Google, probably I will see another millions followers. When you write down content, images, you always need to think how you capture people's imagination, your target audience imagination. That is end of the part 1. Just before I go through, can you just summarize it? What you actually learned today? First one we have learned. Second, introduce social media with some models. Importance of social media to be in the business. Key messages. Agree, target and strategy. Develop strategy. Evaluate social media tools. What sort of tools they are. Then create cross-functional approach. Lights touch editorial approach. Up to this we have done, and then finally psychology sharing, the emotional advert I just showed you. In the next one I will talk about social media metrics, return on investment, and planning an objective. So if you're not too sure, please look at the video again and again. If you have questions, please do ask me. Thanks for watching. Bye now.